calling you today about mail for your car's extended warranty. And since we have not gotten a response, we are giving you a final courtesy call before we close out on your file. Press 2 to be removed and to put on our do not call list.
Press 1 to speak with someone about possibly extending or reinstating your car's warranty again. Press 1 to speak with a warranty specialist or call 844-9...
Welcome back to The Loft. We're your hosts, Jaden Zayas
and Cooper DeLeon.
I hope you guys are having a great week.
I hope you all enjoy this episode.
Music Technology is a class offered at Centennial as part of its Fine Arts pathway. Students are encouraged to learn about music production techniques and learn more about music technology. Recently, the lab here was fitted with new keyboards. To tell us more, here's Mr. Everhart.
I'm Matthew Everhart. I'm the director of bands here at Centennial and one of the music tech teachers. So the new keyboards are Yamaha MX49s. They're a very top-of-the-line model MIDI controller. It allows you to control the software which controls the sound when you're making music on a computer system. And these are very high quality. These are what the industry uses. These are what professionals use in order to make their projects.
Previously, the Music Tech Lab had Presonus PS49s, which are no longer sold or supported.
These keyboards are better than our previous models because they just have more abilities. They're able to do more things. The old ones are just a controller in that you have to have software in order to make sounds. These have their own sounds embedded in the system itself, so you actually have the ability to connect it to amps and make sounds with it, and it has a wide variety of sounds that you can adapt, edit, change.
The new keyboards will open up opportunities for creative expression and creation and allow the students to dig deeper into the techniques of music production.
This isn't really going to change much of how I teach. These are the keyboards I was trained on, so I'm very comfortable with this. So this will actually help me do more projects that I'd like to do that I've done in the past with a lot of my former students. I think the impact that these keyboards will have will be outstanding. It really will allow kids to evolve their music making. It will give them more options. It will give them a lot more flexibility to really be creative and search for their own unique sound.
Hopefully these new keyboards will help open up a high note for students in their creation. Reporting from the Music Tech Lab E30, I'm Justin Jung for C100.
On October 9, 1823 in Delaware, Mary Ann Shadd Cary was born. Mary Ann became the second African-American woman in the United States to earn a law degree from Howard University. She created a school open for children of all races and became an educator. Mary Ann started a newspaper called the Provincial Freeman and became the first female African-American newspaper editor in North America. The newspaper was a weekly publication for African Americans, specifically escaped enslaved people. Mary Ann died of stomach cancer on June 5, 1893 in Washington, D.C. Mary Ann Shadd Cary was an active abolitionist, educator, lawyer, and publisher who took leaps to inform and spread diversity and equality, and will always be remembered.
The Centennial Counseling Team is truly a team, as we all have different areas of expertise and work together to collaborate on all of the programming we offer to our families.
The counselors at Centennial work with students based upon the first letter of students' last names. Centennial counselors are here to help you with anything and everything that comes your way.
Whether it be with academics, personal issues, or helping you identify and plan for what you want to do after high school.
We'll even help you find your classroom, give you a replacement mask, or we're here if there's someone you need to talk to.
We work with students individually, in groups, or through classrooms, ultimately ensuring that we are
All in.
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 All in. All in for all students.
Okay guys, did you see what I sent you regarding the incomplete? Somebody say yeah.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, hey.
Where were we?
Hey, feeling good, like I should.
Okay, my name is Maricruz Salazar and I teach Español. This is my third year. My favorite thing about teaching is meeting different students every year and that they come back and see me the next year. I think the hard part is trying to teach online and also in class at the same time and looking at icons in the screen when I don't see the actual students. That's really hard. The most interesting thing about myself is my accent.
Need help with colleges, scholarships, testing, tech schools, or any other post-high school plans? Come by the College and Career Center located in the counseling offices.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Truax, and I work in the College and Career Center here in the counseling office. I can help out with anything having to do with your plans for after school. So college, scholarships, testing, that kind of thing. I'm going to show you where we are. Here has all the college visits that are coming up. They're done virtually. We are here Monday through Thursdays, 8 to 1. We've got computers here for students if they want to do applications or apply for their testing and whatnot. Right here are all scholarships that are kind of coming up. The applications are due in the next month or so. Right here are all the colleges that we have information on. Geographically, we got Georgia and we got things from all around the country. Here we have a calendar of all the events. Once again, college visits. Here's how you can follow me on Twitter and my email account to ask questions. Calendar of things coming up, including ACT and SAT dates. Make sure you register on time for those things. And we also do mock tests, so make sure you look for those because they're great ways to practice for your SAT and ACT.
For more information, visit the College and Career Center in the counseling office. And this is C100.
My name is Ahmed Gathing. I coach varsity boys soccer. I started coaching at my first teaching job at Frederick Douglass High School. I've been back here for 6 years. This is my 6th year as head coach here. I like coaching soccer. I love the sport. I've been playing it since I was 6 years old. It's a fun way to get to know the kids. It's a very energetic sport that I love watching, whether it's on TV or playing FIFA or just coaching my kids out on the field. My history starts at about 6 years old. My mom would let me play football, so soccer in my south suburban neighborhood of Chicago. Started playing for a local team there. Played against one of the big teams in our league. Got recruited to play for them in 6th or 7th grade, and that's when I started playing year-round soccer. The team this year is unique because we have half our team are underclassmen. I think we have a lot of talent, and we just have to kind of wait for them to mature. And I think that the mix of the young kids with my juniors and seniors are going to make for a top 4 region run. Right now, because of quarantining and COVID of being shut down for a week here and there, we've really only had about 6 practices. So we're just getting to learn each other. We're just going to grow into the season and we start region play, I think 2 weeks from today, so that's when we'll get to know a lot more about our team, but I think our chances are pretty good this season. Our next game is going to be Wednesday at the Fortress, 8 o'clock versus Alpharetta. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Go Knights!
I grew up in the 60s. I lived on the south side of Chicago. And I was a young girl who loved to stare up at the stars. I imagined myself going there. When I applied to the astronaut program, I didn't even think about the fact of whether I would be the first African-American woman in space or anything like that. It didn't even cross my mind I wanted to go into space. I couldn't have cared if there had been 1,000 people in space before me or whether there had been none. I wanted to go. Just because there's no one else doing something doesn't mean you can't be the absolute first one. You go ahead and you make your way. Doesn't matter about gender, ethnicity, or whatever, because we need to use all the talent we have available for us to solve the world's problems and to move us forward.
If you listen to any popular song produced between 1980 and today, chances are you'll find one instrument that's the same across all of them. It's not the guitars or the vocals, nor is it the bass or the drums. It's actually the synthesizer. Hey there, Centennial, and welcome back to another episode of Music Review. This week we're going to be talking about synthesis. At its core, synthesis is actually quite simple. You take waves of varying shapes and sizes, combine them together, and you get a sound that's never been heard before. To demonstrate, I've prepared some graphics. This is a sine wave, and by itself, it sounds like this. The frequency of the wave, or how fast it moves, correlates to the pitch, and the size of the wave corresponds to the amplitude, or volume. Listen to this slightly bigger, faster sine wave. This whole thing is called a generator, as it generates a wave. Let's try adding another generator, this time using a slower wave, to modulate the original wave. This is called a low-frequency oscillator, and you'll hear how it changes the sound of the sine wave. Let's make it a little bit crazier by adding another audible wave to the original audible wave. This is a sawtooth wave, and by itself, it sounds like this. But what if we use the sawtooth wave to modulate the original wave? Now it sounds like this. What if we have the sawtooth wave modulate the LFO, like this? Or what if we have the sine wave modulate the sawtooth wave, which is modulating the LFO, which is modulating the sine wave? Or what if we add another generator to the mix? This time, a square wave modulating the LFO, which is modulating the sine wave, which is modulating the sawtooth wave, which is in turn modulating the LFO. It sounds all together like this. As you can see, we only have 4 generators, but they're already creating such a wide array of sounds. This is the power of synthesis, and it's why it's at the heart of so many tracks being produced today. From leads to keys to basses and to drums, there are so many possibilities that open up when you start playing with synthesis. It's a hugely versatile instrument and allows you to create any sound that your heart desires. Here are just a couple notable examples from today's popular music. And that's it for this week's Centennial. I hope that now you can go and pick out synthesis in the tracks that you listen to. Stay safe and happy listening.
John Coltrane was born on September 23, 1926, in Hamlet, North Carolina. He was an American jazz saxophonist and composer. He led at least 50 recording sessions and appeared on many albums by other musicians. Over the course of his career, Coltrane's music took on an increasingly spiritual dimension. He died at age 40, July 17, 1967. He remains one of the most influential saxophonists in music history.
Wear your mask when you go outside.
Johns Creek Beautification is pleased to announce the third Secret Garden tour of the Johns Creek community.
You put a seed in the ground and you see that seed burst into a beautiful flower. You know, that's instant gratification. So it's a real feel-good hobby or activity.
Mark your calendars now for this unique and delightful event, which allows visitors to explore the gardens of homes in our community. Visit johnscreekbeautification.org for more information.
Hey Caroline, what are you doing? I'm writing a Valentine's Day card to the kids at St. Jude's, and you can too. That's so fun. How do you do it? You go to stjudes.com and look at the Valentine's Day cards. Happy Valentine's Day!
Hey, my name's Sebastian Sergile, and I'm a junior at Centennial. I've been swimming since I was about 4 years old, so I'd say that's 13 years. So most of my life I've been in the water. I'd say technically my best stroke is butterfly, but I can swim anything you want. I just love to race anything. Am I gonna swim in college? Yeah. I'm getting recruited by a couple schools, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, Texas. So yeah, it's exciting. I did qualify for an Olympic trial cut this weekend in the 200-meter butterfly. My family bought tickets and we're gonna fly up to Omaha in June and try and compete and see how good I can do there. 2021 is going to be a great experience for me just to kind of be there and be in that environment. I have to be one of the top 2 Americans, period. So, America's really, really awesome at swimming, and I like to think I'm pretty good, but I don't think I'm at that level yet. We'll see how I do.
Are you packed and stressed from an overabundance of work?
I know I am.
Well, why don't you try making a virtual calming room, which uses music, visuals, and breathing techniques to allow you to de-stress and relax. If you scan this QR code, you'll be taken to a website made by the Osseo School District that'll help you make a nice, calming environment. So sit down, grab a blanket, and take a nice rest. You deserve it. But if you're like me, you wonder if you can achieve the opposite, a virtual torture room. So I found the opposites of all of the relaxation methods and shoved them all together. Alright, so first off, having a nice, warm environment will help soothe the atmosphere. So we gotta make it cold. And usually I would make an ice bath, but I did that last episode, so I just thought for a moment. And then I realized, I can just go outside and get the same effect.
I don't like it out here.
Next would be music. Now, what is the opposite of a nice, relaxing song? Death metal. Problem being, I don't listen to death metal, so I texted my friend a couple of times, and now I've been enlightened. Man, I sure am having a great time over there. Alright, so now we need imagery. And what makes someone less comfortable than standing 50 stories high on a mere plank of wood? Richie's plank experience provided me with that pain. So here we are. And you may be wondering why I'm holding an umbrella above my head. And that brings me to the next part. Now, imagine one of my neighbors comes home from a nice day at work and takes a step out into their backyard, and then they see this. That would be pretty embarrassing. And embarrassment brings discomfort. So that is the final step to creating a scenario of pure discomfort. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'll see you next week.
Hello everyone. Today we're looking at a plant called Japanese laurel. It's a dense, upright, rounded evergreen shrub known for the golden yellow freckles on its leaves. On female Japanese laurel, red berries will appear around fall and last until spring. The females are called gold dust, while males are called Mr. Gold Strike, and they often have a more upright position than females. All parts of the Japanese laurel are poisonous to humans and livestock. If a pet of yours consumes part of it, contact a vet immediately, as the plant contains a powerful neurotoxin called granotoxin. If you are interested in this plant, some tips are in it that it's relatively low maintenance and grows in shady areas. Be wary of wet winters though, because if the roots are waterlogged, the leaves and shoot tips will turn black. With that, I'll see you next time on Plant Identification.